Hi, this is Merrisa from GAIA Africa reporting to you on day 2 of the INC 5.2 in Geneva, Switzerland. The majority of day 2 has been spent in contact group discussions. So we have been engaged in contact group 1, which has been focused around Articles 3 and Articles 5 this evening. Article 3 is focused on plastic products and chemicals of concern, and Article 5 on product design. For this particular contact group, we have received and acknowledged that there is a strong proposal from Switzerland and Mexico that has been backed by almost 77 countries. And what makes this proposal so strong is that it explicitly calls for a ban as well as prohibition on trade of hazardous plastic products and chemicals of concern. And this is gaining further traction and can be found on the INC 5.2 webpage as well. And then if we move into contact group 2, which has been focused its discussions on plastic waste management, and as mentioned in my recap yesterday, the main battle line for plastic waste management is excluding energy recovery and waste to energy. However, for this particular contact group, we also have received a strong proposal from we've received a strong proposal from the UK and Panama on emissions and leakages. And what makes this proposal particularly strong is that it concentrates on the full life cycle and addressing emissions and leakages of plastics across its full life cycle, because we know that emissions cannot be only, and leakages of plastics cannot only be concentrated at the disposal phase. Plastics pollutes across its entire life cycle, and that's what makes that particular proposal so strong, which is also gaining significant support as we go along. And then to mention a little bit about contact group 3, which focuses on finance, we're still sticking to the over 150 countries that have been calling for a dedicated multilateral fund. And this proposal, as we now know, has been put forward by the African Group of Negotiators and is also gaining support. And then moving on to contact group 4, which speaks to compliance and implementation. Of note here would be a proposal from Colombia, Peru, and the EU and its 27 member states, together with the African group and its 54 member states, that have explicitly called for the COP to have an effective decision making that will enable a majority vote. So that's all I can tell you for now. All of these proposals can be found on the INC 5.2 webpage, and we hope that they will contribute positively to the discussions as we go along for the rest of the week. For more updates, you can be sure to stay tuned to our Africa social media pages on Instagram and Facebook.